Hi, folks. I want to talk about point of view, and that is the point of view of the narrator. Someone is making the words go within the story, and unless you're writing it as yourself, that's some other narrator. Okay, one way to do it is to say it's a third person, omniscient, all-knowing. And so the words in your story can see everything and understand everything. For example, Paul entered the arena feeling confident. The lion was confused and paced back and forth. So, whoever's telling the story can see both Paul and the lion and can see inside their heads. That's omniscient. Okay. There's a third person limited, where you see from just one character's perspective, and you know it's inside their head. Paul stood enjoying the roar of the crowd, but he began to feel agitated as the lion paced. So we're seeing what Paul is seeing, we're hearing what he's hearing, the roar of the crowd. We know what's going on inside him, he's feeling agitated, but we don't know what's going on inside the lion. He sees the lion pacing. We don't know if the lion's pacing because he's hungry, because he's angry, because he's got like this hurdy old thorn thing in his patty paw. I don't know. So, third person limited. You can choose, let's choose to spell the word right. You can choose which character to follow around for maximum effect. So here, this is also third person limited. The lion, hungry as he was, could not bring himself to attack the human. The human smelled familiar. So in this little bit, we know what the lion smells. We know that he feels hungry. And we know what's going on in sort of his brain heart instinct there. Okay, so that's third person limited, but I chose a different person to be from the perspective of. And some stories that you would just la 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 tell are much funnier or much more impactful if you tell them from the perspective of, say, your dog, your 2-year-old, your grandmother, right? So that's a great authorial choice. There's also the point of view called the first person. The words are coming out of one particular character. So suddenly I knew this was the human child who had grown up with me on the savannah. He was friend, not food, and I trusted him to set me free. It can be absolutely fascinating to speak for the lion or speak for the interesting character who doesn't know the whole story. That's a great authorial choice. All right. And third person knows everything. Third person knows one person deeply. And you can switch that around. First person speaking with the voice of the one character. And you notice we jumped. There is such a thing as the second person perspective. That is talking to you, the reader. It's really useful, like if you're giving instructions. You should fetch 2 slices of bread, get out the peanut butter, and choose any kind of delicious jelly, any delicious kind of jelly you like. That's me talking directly to you. When we are speaking informally, we use this perspective a lot. So if something is in your own voice and you're just letting me know something, that's fantastic. Tell me, use the word you. But please, once you've chosen your point of view, don't mess it around. Okay? Especially now, there are books, there are big fat bestseller novels that will do the first person from one Game of Thrones character and then the first person from another Game of Thrones character. That's a choice that the author made. I need to teach you the standard way to do it. And then when you're a famous author, you can mix it up. But for this course, especially, do not mix in the second person. So do not do this. I decided I would get one of those souvenirs that you can get with your name on it. You and you. Now, I know exactly what you meant, and this is normal everyday speech. You meant to say, or the writer here meant to say, I decided I would get one of those souvenirs that people can get, or tourists can get, or shoppers can get, with their name on it. That's correct. Don't bring in you unless you're doing a second person talking to you. Like, let me tell you about a great vacation. First, you get off the airplane and you see before you. That's fine. Stick with you. But don't suddenly mix it in. It's one of my pet peeves. Sorry.